If you remember in our last video, we created a basic program that allowed us to do basic math functions, such as adding two numbers together and all the other stuff associated with adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. We ran into a few issues, and this video, part 2, will be addressing the issue of how we're only being asked the question once rather than it being asked continuously, so that we can change our option if we didn't want to add more numbers together. So in this video, I'm going to be fixing the problem about the questions, like how many times you can change your option. And I'm also going to be adding in, fixing up a system where if it does equal to 5, so if option does equal 5, that it prints goodbye. And after that, we're going to add in some comments, some little notes, telling us of what each section does. We're also going to be fixing this right here, where it'll be telling us what the options are, and that means we're going to be introducing the \n, okay? What you do is pretty much, well, you can't do it in there, but it's pretty much allows you to write a new line, alright? So we'll get into that a bit later. Alright, so let's begin by fixing up the amount of questions. So if we take a look here, I'm asked the question and it prints out the answer. But then it's asking me the same thing, and what if I wanted to change from subtraction to like addition? Alright, so the way we fix this, because we're going to be in a constant loop and I can't exit the loop, so I can't just keep typing and it just stays in the loop. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to move the question into the while loop. Okay, I'm going to click right click and format document, and I've got it all done. So let's save this. Oh, didn't mean to open that one. Alright, I'm going to exit this. Okay, going to go into the document, gonna compile it, and let's run it. Please enter in an option. Option 1 was addition, 12 and 12. And see how already it's asking me again, please enter in an option. 2, 12 and 12 gives us 0. See? So I can do many things. Alright, so I can choose different options, and if it's 5, it just cancels. Alright, so the way we're going to fix this, about it just cancelling, is we're going to add in an else if statement, that if option is equal to 5, we're going to then print out, let's see, what are we going to say? Bye. We'll just say bye, okay? And we're going to end the line here. So let's compile, let's run, option 5, bye. Alright, so there, we've done two things already, and we also wanted to do a little thing that allows us to, what is it again? Sorry, just had a, oh yeah, so that's what it is. We need to change this, okay? So please enter in an option, okay? Now within text, using the \n allows us to write a new line. However, if you put a space and start typing, it's going to have that space in the next line. So you got to say straight away. So I can just go number 1, and then I'll say addition. Okay, like so. And again, addition. Number 2 is subtraction. Number 3 is multiplication. Number 4 okay, let's just double check. Number 4 is division. And last but not least, number 5 to exit. Okay, put one space there. We're also gonna then backslash n, and we're gonna say, we might actually put that at the front, at the end, sorry. So, number one is addition, and then here, please enter in an option, followed by space like so. So if I compile, and I run this, number one, addition, 2, subtraction, 3, multiplication, 4, division, 5, exit. Please enter in an option, option number 1. 44 and 44 gives us 88. Okay, so, what else could I change? Alright, I could add extra lines, so okay, let's take a look at this. So this is in the addition option. I'm not sure if it'll work. Okay, I don't know what just happened there. Okay, we'll try to look at that a bit later. So we're gonna go into our maths one, compile it. Okay, I think that must be a problem. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's take a look now. Okay, it worked right. Let's go 1. I'm gonna say 12 and 12. That's 24. Okay, so what was the problem when I clicked number 5? Alright, it must have been because I made changes to the code. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe I could lower it down to 2 right there. And after, please enter your second number here. I'm gonna do okay, let's try this out. I don't know exactly if it will turn out as I expect. Okay, let's go option 1. Nah, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Alright, I think that's fine how it is. So we're just gonna replicate that in every section. So when it comes to this one here, again, we're just gonna do two. So I'm just gonna copy, paste it here. So pretty much at the moment what I'm doing is I'm just adding in spaces, so it makes it look more readable and understandable. That's pretty much all I'm doing here, not changing much. Okay. So if I go option 5 to exit, compile it, run it. Let's go option 3, 12 and 12. Okay, there we are. So it works out right. So we can see like what our answer is, and it's not being squished up within all of this. Alright, so that was the main thing I wanted to do, is make sure that it looks neat. I could right here at the start do it like this. So I'm putting the space, okay, like so, and then go option 5, compile it, run, option 1, 12, 12. Yeah, I could do it like that. You know what, I might do it like that. Yeah. So instead of there being a space there, I'm just gonna do it like that, and I'm just gonna copy this section, and every time, such as here, we just put it in. So yeah, it's copy and pasting is pretty easy to do when you have to repeat things. So I recommend you do that to save yourself some time. Yeah, okay. So it makes it look neater and yeah, straight out there. Alright, so that's pretty much all for the video. I'm going to start adding comments. So comments, you need to make sure you have it in every single program you do. So say for instance you work at a software development company and they're gonna let you go, okay? You're getting fired. And you've created a program and you're the only person who understands it since you wrote it yourself. Adding comments allows other people to take up where you left off, and it allows them to understand what each section does. So for instance, in this while section, I can say um, this runs while option is not equal to 5. Okay, or else it skips this. Okay, so small things like that tells us options to choose from. Okay, so what if a number other than 1 and 5 is chosen? Okay, let's take a look. So could have just done in that. Let's see. It's just repeating it. Okay, so that's good. At least it's doing that. Alright, we're looking pretty good here. So this is actually pretty easy to understand, I hope, for you guys. So this is allowing us to use the code a bit later. Okay. I'm gonna add a comment on top of the if. Oh, there are different type of comments you can make. So this allows you to write on multiple lines. Okay, so that's a pretty good one if you have multiple lines and you don't want to keep going across, because then it becomes harder to understand. But I personally like using the double slash. You know, keep it short and sweet. Is the best way to go in terms of comments, unless the code is a bit more sophisticated and harder to understand. So this is telling us if option is 1, checks option, if equal number, code is run. Okay, so I can just copy this. So it's fairly straightforward. You don't need such a high degree to understand what these lines of code are doing. Like, it's fairly straightforward. If statements and else if, anyone can pick up. You can ask anyone and they should understand what it means. So we got that just copied and pasted on top of each else and if statement. And this, so things like that are repeated with our code, we don't need to comment in too many times. So this is telling us to print out the numbers as a string. Okay, then display the answer as string 2. So see how we go over, and if we were to move this back to the left, sometimes it goes a bit over like that. That's when you can start to use the asterisk one like that, and I could just tab it across like so, and then end it like so. So yeah, it just helps you with keeping everything neater. I mean, like, you don't need to do it like that, but I just choose to. you could just also put the code on the top. So I like to usually put on the top. It makes it, yeah, like a bit easier to know where this line is for, and in most projects you actually do it like that. So just gonna copy it. So okay. Alright, so that's pretty much all we gotta do is say what each part does. So asks question to add first number in, and here stores first number. Here asks stores second number. So you're just saying like basic of what, like basically what it's telling us. And you know, we can go ahead and put in every section. Um, but for the moment, I'm not going to, and I'm just gonna wrap up the video here. So if you were to continue adding comments, you pretty much need to just copy and paste all the ones that we just put in, because it's pretty much telling us what it does, and you know, we can say that \n, so like that, is adding new line, so it looks e easier. No, so it seems easier. So it is easier to know what the answer is. Alright, so that's pretty much all we're doing. So in this video, we pretty much fixed the issue with only asking the question once, and this is by putting the question within the loop. So what we know is, while option is not equal to 5, it then reads this. And if option is equal to 1, it goes to this if statement. Now this if statement does not have a loop where it's saying like keep going, keep going, keep going. It did when option could not be changed, okay? But now that option can be changed, as soon as this whole section is complete, it runs through and checks again if there's another option of number 1. If there's not, the loop goes back up to the top and it reads it again. So here it reads all this, and until it equals 5, it will keep going until, you know, it's until it's ran up to the condition where option is not equal. Like when option is 5, it just cuts off. Alrighty, so thank you, and in our next video we might do something like this in Python. Just let me know what you guys want in the next video or something like that, and I'll try do it. Thank you, and enjoy your night.